bike on no sleep. I was trying, but we got there. The next thing to do is get rid of the rubbish. All set up. This is not how the bike is going to be for the whole trip. Bike bag is going to get sent to Darwin and I'll pick it up there. So I've made it to the home of Australian surfing, Torquay. It's about 110 kilometers from Melbourne Airport. The wind is also not playing very nice to me, so I'll stay in a hotel tonight just because I have to get better, or this could be a very short adventure. It's not been a pretty day. I literally followed an old sewer for most of the beginning of the day, and I've been on motorways for the rest of the day. On day 2, feeling a little bit better. I'm still a bit stuffed up and everything. It's bloody freezing and the wind is really blowing a gale out there. I'm going, so it's just going to be like this all day, and it's going to be like this all day. So it's going to be a little bit later start because I need to take the bag that the bike came in and get that shipped to Darwin, where I then need to take a flight later. So it is starting to bloody rain. What is this? This is meant to be Australia. Anyway, today I'm heading that way past Bells Beach along the Great Ocean Road. So should be exciting. The wind is starting to drop, which is nice, but it has been coming. Oh, there it is. It's coming from where I'm going. 'To a campsite in a national park. I am the only person here, apart from, I think they're wallabies. They're black. Small black kangaroos. Great day, great day. Punishing that Great Ocean Road, punishing. But this is where I camped last night. Really nice place. Had little critters attacking the tent. Not the tent literally, but camp last night. Feeling good, not feeling any muscle pain or anything, so time to... Five kilometers of sand road, back onto the road and then so today's cycle's got me to the 12 Apostles so far. 60k done. Now I've got another 75 to get to where I want to get to tonight. Except the wind right in my face. A little bit too many tourists for me, even though I am one of them. Time to get back on the road. Done 100 and just shy of 140 kilometers today. Quite hard up and down, lots of wind, and taking advantage of this quite depressing motel. But I've still got this chest and throat infection, which I just need to take some time to try and keep on top of this so it doesn't get worse. Day 4, and then just getting ready to get on the bike. Still clogged up. The colour of stuff coming out of me is horrible. I've eaten more food this morning than I normally do to try and give me more energy. The rain is coming in. I'm trying my hardest to get to anywhere with shelter. The wind is really making it hard to keep up any speed. It's day 5. It's outside. It's a bit wet. Still can't get rid of this cold chest thing, which is annoying me, but I think the rain is being forecast to finish. I'm gonna hit the bike early. When you're ill, it plays with your mind. It drops your mileage. When your mileage drops, you're sitting there looking at a number which is like, at the moment it's like 3,500 kilometers, and rather than taking chunks out of it, you're picking at it, and I need to be taking chunks, and I like it when I'm taking chunks. That's where I'm going. Adelaide. What the fuck is that? It's a diving cave. Whoa! Whoa! The water is so clear I didn't even see it. It's day 6. I'm making my way down towards the beach today, which probably means wind and all that kind of stuff. But to get up to Darwin by the latest point I can arrive, I only have to do 136 kilometers a day. I just got attacked by a bird. I was just cycling along and the bird just on the back of my helmet. There he is. Heck! There he is, there he is. Heck! Jesus Christ! That was a little bit of fun. Apparently it's the breeding season and they're all a little protective of their nests. Understandable. Was the giant lobster. That's what I was advised to go and see, this lobster. 153 plus kilometers today. Now I just need to set up camp and so good place as any. Cold still there. Been raining a lot, so just having breakfast. Today is flat up down into Happy Valley, where I'm staying at a friend's house. So just changing into wet weather gear. There's a big rain front just driving towards me, and the wind's picking up. A van or ute go by and chuck a whole bag of McDonald's rubbish out the window. Today is going to be a bit of a tourist day. I do have a very pressing deadline on kilometers. My average I have to hit from this day on for the next 22 days is 136 kilometers to get to Darwin for my flight to Sydney. One of the things I'm very keen on stressing is this adventure was formed by a desire to come and see my family who live here. So if I don't make it to Darwin by my deadline, I have to hitchhike. The adventure plays second fiddle to going and seeing my family. So 136k a day, I think I can do it. I think I can exceed that, so that's the plan. But you know, also I spent a year in Adelaide back in 98, 99, and I'm going to go and do some tourist stuff today. I'm not going to go in a straight line. I'm going to go and visit the centre. I'm going to go and try and find bakeries I used to go to. I'm going to go and look at the pubs I'm going to cycle to the school I used to be at and all that kind of stuff. So as much as I am really want to get going, I also realise that today is a day just to slow down. It's my last big city, so I need to like buy a few bits of like extra gas, some lighters, some bits and bobs like that. So yeah, it's going to be a pleasant day, not a frantic day. That used to be my local pub. That was my local pub. It's now closed. That used to be a brothel. So this is St. Peter's College. This is the school that I used to be a gap year student back in 98, 99. Really weird to be back because everything's so different, so changed. The boarding houses have merged. I nearly burnt that one down on the pizza one night. I'm just heading onto the main road. Heading north. I'm trying to do 120k this afternoon. Big burger in my stomach, and I've got a nice straight route, pretty flat until the end. I got a honk! I got a honk from the train! So it's 6:30 in the morning. Ended up sleeping in a slightly different place. Still a lay-by, but a slightly smarter lay-by with less poo. Pretty awesome view. This is where I slept. That cafe is going to open at 7 o'clock. Get a proper breakfast. 10 to 15 kilometers north of here is a place called Snowtown. Snowtown, between August of 1992 and May 1999, there was a series of crimes, including 12 victims. These guys murdered paedophiles, homosexuals, or in inverted commas, weak people, then put their bodies in barrels after torturing them and putting them in a bank vault. I'm cycling through there today. Apparently there was a short-term economic boost from tourists visiting. It created a lasting stigma, with authorities considering a change of the town's name and identification. Arrived in Port Augusta after doing about 175 kilometers. And it's dark and there's no camping site. Riding around in the dark, trying to find somewhere cheap. Success. First motel I walk into is cheap. Which is not always the case, but means I've got a bed right next door to a supermarket. So going into day 11, I'm in Port Augusta, and I've done some rearranging of the bike. Solar attached on top, a water bladder on here. It's going to be noisy. Need to work. Weight's starting to come off, which is good. Just hope I've got enough reserves to get me to for Alice Springs. I can have another burger. Last night put together a little chart. So it's 1,200 kilometers from here to Alice Springs, and then I'm trying to work out where I can resupply with water. So it's 172 kilometers to the next place, 114, then 256, then 153, then 82, then 180, then 107, then 75, then 93. So those are places I can hopefully get water. I'm feeling pretty confident I have everything in place. I'm literally turning right here, and then I turn right at the next junction, and then it's one single road for the next 2,500, 600 kilometers. So that is my first sign to Darwin. That's the first time I've seen Darwin on a signpost. This is the beginning of the Stuart Highway. This is hopefully where the adventure gets a bit more adventurous. This is when it starts to get a bit more difficult. I have to deal with loneliness, I have to deal with lorry trains, which are massive lorries, like 3 or 4 long, and then I have to deal with the wind, I have to deal with lack of water, I have to deal with brown snakes and all the kind of stuff that I can say to make it sound scarier. But this is how it's looking at the moment. Got the tent on the front here, and then on the back this is a water bladder here. Now it's just a case of getting my head down and battling through the wind and enjoying the beautiful red centre of Australia. Everyone thinks I'm freaking crazy, so that's got to be a good start. Today is really hard work. The sun is oppressive and hot, and the wind is right into my face. I've arrived at a kind of rest stop. So we're going to camp out tonight, and I am about 50k less than I wanted to be, but that's it's punishing. It's going into the wind, but really rewarding at the same time. Looked out, I met some lovely Australian camper planners. Have a cold beer, just the day off. I'm going to set up camp around this tree, and popping back and having some stew and some flatbread for dinner. Biggest worry is breaking spokes, and I've broken a spoke, so I don't quite know what I'm doing here. I'll try and fix it. I don't quite know how that's going to look, but I'm going to give it a go. It's stuff like this that just makes you wish that it was more like running. I've had to fiddle it slightly because one of the screws here is broken on this bit here. It's amazing how far a spanner lever, thingamajig tyre lever can go in a moment of madness. It's a good 10 meters. Bounced off the table. Right, so bike hopefully workable. Now I'm gonna get going, try and make up the time. Dinner will be herring and hot and spicy noodles with some chocolate almonds to finish. The sun is just peeping above the horizon, and this is where I camped last night. Absolutely beautiful. Got breakfast on the go here. The dry air, I think, is getting. I get nosebleeds quite easily, and the dry air is normally one of the ones that gets me. Woke up this morning with a streamer. 25k into town today, then it's 240 kilometers onto Coober Pedy. Just want to get to the town, resupply with water, and then get on the road. Beautiful stars last night. Lying listening to classical music, watching the stars, because this basically becomes like a window to the sky, to the Milky Way. So yeah. It was absolutely glorious night. 7:30 in the morning, the sun has just come up. I'm listening to Gypsy Kings, Jobi Joba, which is kind of a routine on adventures. The roads are empty, the weather is cool, not a breath of wind. This is happiness. I've seen about 200 dead kangaroos. Just see my first 2 live ones. I've saw them down in Adelaide, and but this is the first time I've seen them jumping around up here. So 220 kilometers to Coober Pedy. My nosebleed just keeps re-firing up. Yesterday I was doing about 25k an hour. Today I'm doing like 12 and a half. So it's just disgusting. I don't have any more loo rolls, so well, not any spare, so I just had to reuse this. Shit. Picture of health. The wind is getting to a point it's too dangerous to ride. The bike's being blown all over the place. I'm straight into headwind. Hardly making any headway at all. So I'm just sitting out until the wind dies down. And I saw this thinking, yay, water! But it's not working. But then these guys in that truck there just filled up my water thing. Today, despite the wind, I managed to buckle down and get a nearly 150k in, so 130 kilometers to Coober Pedy. Slept in a car park last night. Beautiful. Water is a real situation for me at the moment, because I'm just clugging so much. Yesterday I think I got through something like 8 liters. In America, people will stop and ask how you are. In Iceland and Australia, people would drive past you. You're in the middle of a freaking desert on a bike, and no one seems to, which is fine, because I obviously think they just think I'm a hardened adventurer and know exactly what I'm doing. And Americans just think I need help. But today's playlist is It's a Little Bit Country. Oh yeah! Not gonna lie, there isn't very much to look at here. Like nothing in any direction. Just nothing. Really feeling the heat, the pain. 14 days. And I got 10k to go. I just can't find the strength in me. The further I go, the harder it's going to get
So what I have to mentally do is not let this get to me. If I let this unhinge me, I fall apart later on. I can't let that happen. Cuba Pedy. I found a motel room. Splashed out a bit. Looking forward to just lying down for a bit, staying cool, rehydrate, eat lots, get ready for an early departure tomorrow. Because the wind seems to pick up about mid-morning, so as much as I can get done first thing. Exiting Cuba Pedy. This is Cuba Pedy. Today's going to be daunting. 35 degrees, 27 kilometer an hour headwind. So it's going to be hot and windy. I've got lots of provisions. 154 kilometers is where I'm trying to get to. I've just got to grind it out. It's 10 hours of across your ears. That is the bit you have to, that's the challenge of the day. I started doing maths about where I need to be by certain times, and then it was just, right, mind over matter, you push bastard, you push, and you keep pushing until you get there. My body is falling to pieces, there are all those salt patches everywhere, and I'm gonna do it. So it's day 16, stayed at the Cadney homestead last night, little camp at the back. Thought process is if you've got somewhere like a destination, a cold beer or something, you push yourself a bit harder to get there. So this is the road going north, so just lots of nothingness. The wind has been coming this way for a long time. It's now flipping round and it's slightly more behind me. Did 200k and strategically stopped. It was 4:45. I thought I'd have an early stop. I've got a perfect 2-stop strategy into Alice Springs. Spokes have broken. So the spoke here has snapped, one that goes there and the one that goes up there. So unfortunately, by the way that they're snapped, I don't have the tools to fix them. 333k to get to Alice Springs. I'm about to enter the Northern Territory. Big milestone, because I've gone through Victoria, through South Australia, and now I'm in my final state, which is Northern Territory. I've been coming up here, and this is Cuba Pedy, and then came round up, and I'm up here at the moment. This is where it all gets exciting for me, as you're going up through here to the top and up to Darwin. This is Stuart's Well. Right, Northern Brewing Company. Let's see what we got here. So yesterday I did 240k to here, which is Stuart's Well. There are a lot of galahs up in the, I think you see them all crying. I've now got 90k to get into Alice Springs. I've got to try and get there as quickly as possible before my bike falls apart because of the spokes on the back wheel. I need to get to the shop to make sure I get it fixed today so I can cycle tomorrow, because it's Sunday tomorrow, so there's every chance if I don't get it fixed today I have to take a day off tomorrow, which I really don't want to do. Legs are tired this morning at 240k. Slightly taking it out of them. First thing I'm presented with is hills. I don't like hills with tired legs. I'm at the Welcome to Alice Springs sign. Even though there's another 10k to go, but close enough. It's hot and like
even with the sunglasses on, like if I take them off, it's just so bright, so hot, so and I'm in Ultimate Ride bike shop, and I came in and the guy was like, oh, I might be able to do it. So he's just putting the spokes on now. The bike is up on the rack. Hopefully that means by managing to get here early enough, it means I can go to a hostel, rest for the rest of the day, take today as a half day, and then I can carry on tomorrow, not having to take a whole day off, which adds an extra day to my armory for getting to Darwin. I get into a repeat track and I have to just keep going, until I get there. The shop was closed when I walked in. They kept it open. They fixed my bike. I have so many sleeping options. I can sleep here, or I can sleep here, or there, or the bed. So I got a full half day. Got myself a beer and a big bag of chips, and just gonna clean as much of my clothes as possible and get them hung up, and just enjoy having some relaxation time. So it's trip time. I'm just leaving Alice Springs. I was in a hostel last night with some rather noisy neighbours who were shouting from about 4:30 this morning, and my bike is feeling heavy. I don't quite know why. I haven't even got water in there yet, but 1,500 and something kilometres to Darwin. This point marker, and this is the marker there. So this actually tells me that everything from here is downhill. The line of Capricorn. Right there. Tropic of Capricorn. Just pulled into Barry Creek, which is this roadhouse, these lovely, great little places you have all the way along the road. There's the bike with a thing. There's a sign then that says, I always have one at 11. I actually did that today for the first time. This is the bar. How cool is this? Done 60k, so I just had a beer. Now it's time to get back on the road. Got another 73 to the next roadhouse, which is apparently where lots of UFO activity happens, according to them, with aliens and stuff. Some really cool people here, so I've decided might as well meet people and enjoy company while you can. So I'm staying here tonight, and tomorrow I will cycle through Devil's Boulders, whatever it's called, and then crack on north. It's my first roadhouse experience, where everyone got together and drinks were had, and I'm just trying to get up this morning and carry on as if it never happened. Luckily, I'm feeling alright. So just packing up this mess. So 1,094 kilometres to Darwin. Right, these are called the Devil's Marbles, or Kulu Kulu, as the sign says. Pile of them there, all the way around. Put the bike for a bit, have a look around. There's a massive boulder that's cracked in two. Look at that inside. That's cool. At the moment, the wind is going in the direction I want it to go, so I am trying to get as much time on the road as possible, going north with the wind coming from the south, because it could switch at any time. I really wanted to hit a 250 day just once on this trip, because I started with so many slow days, and 249.70, 300 meters, and it's just been one of those serendipitous days. The first stop was 60, then there was 150, there was the next town, and then there was Dunmara, which is where I am now. So just every time I've been thinking about a place to stop or anything, there's been something exactly. I'm talking about exactly, look at my watch, 249. Walking, literally cycling in here. 249, 250. 250 is what I wanted. 250 I arrived at the Wayside Inn. Wheeling out of wherever I am, Dunmara, and just flopping onto the road. Daily Waters is in 47k, and then from there it's on to Mataranka. Let's see what today brings. 7:37, a bit of a late start. Today is a hard day. Did 250k yesterday. Today I've clocked up about 140. And the next kind of where I'm aiming today is another 76 kilometers. And I'm tired. I really am tired. It's been 23 days on the road. I've had a pint. I'm going to get back on my bike and I'm going to cycle in this blistering heat. I've realised that if I crack on today, tomorrow and the next day, I can get this done in the time scale that I originally said I would do it. And that shouldn't matter, but to me it does. If I said I could do it in 25 days, if I can actually do it in 25 days, I can justify not doing it in 25 days. But that doesn't mean I'm not going to try my bloody hardest. So heat is really hitting me today, as is the exhaustion of yesterday and the last few days, last 23 days. It's at times like this you have to just, like, your brain goes it's hot, you switch that off. Your brain goes your legs are tired, you switch that off. Your brain goes it's a long way, you switch that off. All you have to do is just keep the pedals going round and round and round. Hopefully 2 days on to Darwin. Kind of pooped, hopefully. Got wallabies over there. I think I'm on day 24 and Darwin is in sight. Oh, I'm tired today. It's been a long few days. I haven't had a day off yet, 24 days. So today I shaved another 200 kilometers off the route to Darwin. I'm now 220 kilometers to Darwin, which is like one ambitious day of cycling. The plan is to get up usual, and then I'm just going to forge on all day until I get to Darwin. I said originally it would take me 25 days, which was no science behind that whatsoever. And I've somehow, you know, I've gone through the starting off very slowly with a throat chest infection, which is still lingering, but I've managed to slowly build up, and now suddenly 25 days is like achievable, and I'm gonna frickin' do it. It's getting hot, it's getting humid, it feels like it's gonna rain, but it's not raining, which is horrible for cycling in, because you're like cycling through soup. I'm just gonna get on the road. I'm just gonna pedal as hard as I can and try and do, I want to arrive Darwin when it's daylight, so that's kind of a bit of a deal breaker for me. Anyway, time to crack on. I managed to get off a little bit early today, but I didn't sleep well last night. Moan. Can I do it? I don't know. Let's give it a try. Let's see what happens. Time to hit the road. Five days, rolling in to the end of the road. That is the end. I'm in Darwin. That's the sea. That's Darwin. I'm done. And that's about as much celebrating as I do at the end of a expedition, an adventure. I'm not really big in on the celebration thing. I'm done. I'm finished. 25 days, 4,000 kilometers through the heart of Australia, from Melbourne through Adelaide, through Alice Springs to Darwin in the Northern Territory. I'm gonna find somewhere to sleep. Amazing, finished.